The first thing the man did after being reborn was lock his smartphone in a safe and switch to an old Nokia phone. Because in his previous life, his father had just transferred $30 million as living expenses. Less than an hour later, the money mysteriously vanished from his account. After desperately investigating, he discovered the culprit was his own colleague. That colleague used a company team trip as an excuse, secretly installing a virus on his phone. In the end, to cover up his crime, he pushed the man off the rooftop, but no one expected. The man would be reborn the next second, returning to the day before the company trip. Everything was exactly the same as before. The scheming colleague was greeting everyone, saying he would take them overseas, promising to pay all expenses himself. He even declared no one could return until they spent $30 million. Earlier that day, he had overheard the man talking on the phone. Learning he received $30 million every month, he immediately planned to steal it, but he did not know. The man had already lived once before, and now saw through him completely. The scheming man noticed nothing, even walking to his desk. Inviting him on the trip, the man agreed without hesitation, because he had already planned a trap. Just then, his girlfriend entered the office with afternoon tea. She generously shared drinks and desserts, chatting warmly with the scheming colleague. At that moment, the man realized she had already betrayed him in his previous life. He told her about the stolen money, but she refused to believe him. After receiving a luxury watch from the colleague, she broke up with him immediately. Now he realized how foolish he had been. The scheming man relaxed after hearing he would join, secretly pulling out a virus-loaded USB drive, planning to spend all the man's money at once. Unaware he had already stepped into a trap. The next day, everyone gathered at the airport to prove he was truly rich. The scheming man spent $3 million chartering a private jet. Colleagues praised his generosity, yet the man had not appeared. This terrified the scheming colleague. Without him, he could never pay such a bill. Luckily, 5 minutes later, the man arrived at the airport. His girlfriend immediately demanded he apologize, saying someone had kindly invited him abroad, yet he still arrived late. Afraid the man might leave, the scheming colleague hurried to smooth things over, saying the trip was what mattered. The man ignored them all. Soon they flew overseas on the private jet. After landing, the captain asked the scheming man to pay the fee, seeing the moment had come. He pretended his phone had died, asking to borrow the man's phone to call his family, but the man was already prepared. He casually said his phone was left on the plane. The scheming man froze. A female colleague mocked him, saying he must be too cheap to lend his phone. Embarrassed, his girlfriend handed over her own phone. The scheming man silently prayed it would work. He secretly installed the virus. Soon the captain received payment. He then insisted the man's phone must be found. Pretending it was very important, the captain promised to locate it. Meanwhile, the girlfriend continued praising him, mocking the man for being stingy, unaware her account had already been drained of $300,000. Soon the captain returned with the man's backpack. The scheming man finally relaxed. He eagerly led everyone to the largest luxury store. Inside were countless expensive brands. With a grand gesture, he announced he would pay for everything. The colleagues went wild selecting items. He then noticed the man standing still, pretending generosity. He invited him to choose something too, but the man calmly said nothing here interested him. His girlfriend instantly lost patience, telling him to stop embarrassing himself. Others mocked him as well, saying a man dressed in